This article is one in the series Flowers of Devotion, highlighting and honouring the many special achievements of women in Islamic society. There is an old saying, "The road to a man's heart is through his stomach." Inherent in this popular expression, of course, is that it is a woman who does the cooking, and that it is a gift of love and a desire for reciprocation. From the moment of our birth, a mother's most basic duties are feeding us and providing us with security, both physical and emotional. We continue throughout our lives to feel a primordial link with and warmth and respect for those women close to us who regularly feed us, our mothers, our close female relatives, and for those who are male, our wives. Cooking and the meals women create thus become part of our personal domestic heritage and ultimately the shared cultural values and heritages of various communities. Fundamental to Islam's understanding of a woman's cooking for others is that it is a gift to her husband and her household. There is no specific verse in the Quran which mandates fard, that a woman is obliged to cook. And while there are differences of opinion amongst Muslim jurists about the matter, there is a general agreement that the principal relevant Quranic verse is, "We have created everything in a determined measure." There is much in the Quran that gives insight about determined measure in husband-wife relations. The key principles may be expressed as mutual consideration and reciprocation. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The best of you is the one who is best to his wife, and I am the best of you to my wives." There are a number of hadith which describe how much he did to help his household. Aisha is reported to have said of the Prophet, peace be upon him, "He did what one of you would do in his house. He mended sandals and patched garments and sewed." While a number of Islamic scholars consider that it is the woman's duty to serve her husband within the bounds of what is reasonable, by taking care of the house, cooking, etc., the fact is that there is a considerable difference of opinion which bids a husband to be appreciative of her efforts and encourage and help her accordingly. Besides the many women who nurture their households through the gift of cooking, there are many for whom cooking is also their source of livelihood. Most of these women cook day after day without special applause in their own small businesses or in kitchens owned by others. Some women are able to exploit skills and opportunities to grow in impressive financial enterprises directly related to food. Others have the vision, energy, and responsibility required to become prominent and respected teachers in key functions of society, such as government and education, while at the same time also inspiring others to cook. I grew up in a traditional household where my mother or female helpers did all the domestic cooking. After I had finished my studies, I spent some time in Malaysia as the guest of Malay Muslims, whose vibrancy, creativeness, and compassion made a deep impression on me, as did their wonderful, tasty, and varied traditional cuisine, embedded as it is in the culture of Islam. Years later, I returned to Malaysia as an advisor to the country's national archives. There, I was delighted to find that the Director General of this prestigious institution, Zakia Khanum, was also a renowned writer on Malay cuisine, inspiring others through a number of popular books on the subject. For me, she was yet another of those exemplary women of Muslim culture I had met, who had managed to develop illustrious careers in the primarily male-dominated worlds of commerce and government, while adhering to and enhancing traditional values and skills as women within Islam. Zakia Khanum and other Muslim women writers of cookery books and hosts of TV cookery shows have markedly raised the knowledge and prestige of the diverse and rich cooking heritages of the Muslim world, while at the same time educating the international public about tenets relating to food, cooking, and the eating of food common to all Muslims. Media surveys of leading Muslim women entrepreneurs regularly include those who have built highly successful enterprises on the foundation of their knowledge of food. For instance, a 2014 survey publication of the Wharton Business School, one of the world's leading business schools, Arab Women Rising, Entrepreneurs Making a Difference in the Arab World, highlights Egyptian entrepreneur Heidi Bilal, who with her sister developed the successful Egyptian bakery enterprises, Cookies and More, through exploiting an innovative website to help market, place, and track orders online. In Britain, the BBC has reported on another successful entrepreneur, Nadir Hussain, who has responded to the growing consumer demands of the British Muslim market by creating the Mocktail Company, a producer of non-alcoholic drinks for Muslims. Ratings of the Middle East's top female entrepreneurs often highlight Lebanese Christine Aswad Sfair, who has created one of the region's most successful restaurant empires. Her Lebanese Semsam restaurant chain has expanded into Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar, and has now also entered the American market. She was honored with the Arabian Businesswoman of the Year award in Dubai in 2011 and selected as the 19th most powerful Arab woman by Forbes in 2014. Malaysia also has a notable female entrepreneurial success story, which began in 1984 when a group of housewives started to make homemade cookies in the kitchen of Hajjah Noraini. From traditional cookies sold locally to products made in multi-million volume baking facilities, the venture has grown into a major Malaysian brand, Noraini's Cookies, which now produces and markets bakery products globally. One of the most popular cooks in Britain is Nadiya Hussain, whose culinary skills and engaging personality caught the public's attention when she won the hit TV competition, The Great British Bake Off, in 2015. Nadir Hussein is from a British Bangladeshi family whose father was a chef and the owner of an Indian restaurant. Following her television victory, she was given her own BBC cookery program, The Chronicles of Nadia, followed by yet another BBC series. She has released several cookbooks, including one for children, is a columnist for the Times magazine, and is also writing 3 contemporary women's fiction novels. She was included in the BBC News' 100 Women list in 2016. Another Muslim woman chef very much in the public eye is the Iranian-American Najmieh Batmanglij. Born in Tehran, she has written 7 highly acclaimed books about Iranian and Central Asian cooking, one of which won a Gourmand Cookbook Award. In 2016, she was honored by Michelle Obama as guest chef at the White House's Nowruz celebrations in Washington, D.C. These Muslim women, all of whom have worked hard to develop very profitable enterprises while maintaining households and nurturing husbands and young children, provide shining examples of what women can achieve. Their success is stimulating others and is fueling a growing international consciousness of the importance of helping women across the globe to develop entrepreneurial skills. This has received the highest level of acknowledgement through the establishment of the World Bank's Women's Entrepreneurship Facility to support women's business startups in developing countries. Initial funding of $325 million of what is hoped to be a multi-billion-dollar fund included large donations from Germany, the USA, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. In conclusion, collectively, at all the multiple levels described above, women who cook make a fundamental contribution to driving our economies, while, as they always have, underpinning human welfare and well-being. They all deserve our respect and our gratitude.